Welcome to r/confessions, where we get to hear the saddest confessions on the internet. I, 30 meters, had my first gay experience yesterday, and it was wonderful. But not for the reasons I would ever have imagined. So I have never considered myself homosexual. I have never had the urge or desire to be with a man, and honestly might never end up doing it again either. What happened yesterday wasn't planned or premeditated. It just sort of happened. A little backstory. I have been hanging out with this other guy I met through a friend that I will call Mike for about a year now. Mike is several years older than me, but him and I hit it right off very early into knowing each other. He is just one of the most interesting human beings I've ever met in my life, and is very openly bisexual. I've always known this. Mike and mine's friendship was never romantic or sexual. He is just one of those rare people I have met in my life who has never made me feel anything other than comfortable, at peace, and free to be myself. Him and I talk about everything, and it's just fine. He is just a vacation from the rest of the world where most of us have to wear masks to fit in and make others happy. So it just sorta happened yesterday. We were having drinks, one thing led to another, then we just ended up taking our pants off. It wasn't as good as any woman I have been with, but I didn't hate it either. The sexual part of it all was honestly just secondary. The primary part, that was actually fantastic, was the emotional. Here is this person that I have established a very strong connection with in a very short amount of time. Making friends as an adult is hard, but him and I just fit together. We are comfortable around each other, but there is just a mutual appreciation between us. That's what all that felt like. Just an exchange of appreciation between two people. No agendas, no games, just genuine and nothing less. I will say that a woman has never made me feel that at ease. I've just always found them to be too different. There has just always been a fundamental worry or suspicion with women and me, if that makes sense. Whether a GF or a ons, I've just always felt judged, or pressured, or not enough a lot of the time, like I was competing. But what happened last night, I didn't feel any of that. It was just this other guy who likes me for me and thinks that I'm enough the way I am and don't have to change or improve anything, and it was just nice to feel that way for the first time in my life. One thing is for sure, women have definitely never complimented me like he does. That on its own was wonderful. Now for the next story. I was relieved when my friend killed himself. I was relieved when my friend killed himself. I'm not proud of it, and only a few people know how I felt at that time. Things between my friend and I'll call him BB in this story, were kinda rocky, and I definitely should lend more compassion to him during his worst moments. But I was so drained by all the drama in our friendship that I had to keep my distance as much as possible. He had feelings for me, I didn't reciprocate, and that's what caused most of the drama. It didn't help that our whole friend group was just super toxic to begin with. I blame myself for introducing him to them. His feelings for me started to become overwhelming, and I constantly felt guilty for how much pain he was in. I felt smothered. As time goes on, he increasingly becomes more depressed and attempts suicide twice. The first time I wasn't too concerned because the method wasn't too fatal, but the second one scared the crap out of me because he was standing over a bridge. Right after his second attempt, two of our mutual friends, K and A, called me up and accused me of leading him on and said I caused him to do what he did. I was furious as well as devastated. I was also very angry with BB. He came home from the hospital and contacted me, even though one of our mutual friends, C, politely told me it wasn't a good idea for us to talk anymore, and I told him everything that happened with our mutual friends, leaving him pissed off. I decided to keep talking to him because I felt bad that he was in such a bad spot. We didn't really talk much after that. One morning I wake up to my phone ringing, and it's C. I pick up, and he tearfully tells me that BB jumped off the bridge and this time succeeded. I was in so much shock, but also felt a sense of relief. I went to go see my therapist that day and told her exactly what I was feeling. She asked me if I was feeling both sad but relieved that he was gone. I said actually yeah, I am. I felt understood and validated in a safe space, which I'm so grateful for. I was relieved that I no longer had to deal with the drama that came with our friendship, but I still felt like a bitch for it. I of course kept it to myself and still do. but now I'm not so much relieved and numb, as I'm sad. It's been 7 years now, and I haven't forgotten him. I never will. Hope you're in a better place, BB. Edit. How did I get the wholesome reward? This post is the opposite of wholesome. Now for the next story. I thought everyone wanted to be friends. It all started when I was 7-year-old boy. It was someone who was close to my family. It started as him babysitting me, then he started asking me to play 18 plus with his lollipop. After several days of refusing his advances and me ashamed of telling my family, I caved in, and he started demanding for me to play with his lollipop. Following year, he stopped asking me. He said he was sorry. I didn't forgive him. I didn't forget. I only buried it deep down my memory. My life went back to normal. I turned 10. Another came to ask to be friends. We played games. It was fun until everyone left the house. He showed me 18 plus videos. He started playing with his lollipop, asked me to help him. He grabbed me and forced me down. I went blank, closed my eyes, and hoped the nightmares would disappear. The abuse continued until the day I left my family. I was 11. I prayed that I wouldn't get close to people. I prayed that my walls wouldn't collapse like it did. I prayed that all the people that tries to get close should only be classmates/colleagues. I was 11 when I lost trust on people, when I started criticizing and planning what they might say or do. I was too young to build a wall and too young to burn down my own bridge. I was too young. All I did was smile. All good now though. Well, I think it is. Sorry if this made you uncomfortable. Now for the next story. I don't think I wanna settle with a husband and kids when I'll get older. I was thinking a few minutes ago about the fact that when I'm gonna be in my 30s I'll probably have to look for a husband, if I don't already have one, start living the wife life and stuff, but honestly I don't see myself doing that. Thinking about that gives me anxiety more than anything. First of all, I'm a romantic, which means I'm gonna have a really hard time finding a husband. Also, I don't know if I really want a husband. And at the end I'm pretty sure that I don't wanna live that life, but society's norms make my conception of my future life difficult to take responsibility for. I wanna travel, experience as much as I can, and I don't think I could be tired of that. Maybe yes, but does that necessarily mean I wanna settle with a husband and kids? I mean, I still have years before being in that situation, but honestly I don't think my mind would change that much. Who knows? Now for the next story. I just cannot make friends. I'm a 20-year male, and for the life of me, I just can't make friends. The only person I have is my GF, and we've been together 5 years, who I really appreciate, but sometimes you just need a friend. All of my friendships either never get off the ground and barely start, either BC we don't gel, or they're just really blunt and rude. Some people I'm really close to for a few months, and then they just hate me out of nowhere, or they just randomly stop talking to me one day. I try so hard to keep them. I'm always there for them, and listen to their issues and give advice. I've even gone as far as giving someone money when they were struggling. I have no idea what I'm doing wrong. I've even researched it and tried different techniques. People are usually too polite to say anything if you ask if you did anything. I've tried everything to make friends. I've joined societies at uni. I've tried to make friends on my course. I've tried every social media platform known to man, joining different fandoms. I even tried rekindling with childhood friends. But still I'm currently sitting with 0 friends. No one at my old school bothers with me anymore. I could be speaking to someone about their life story one day, then the next I'll never hear from them again, and my messages are ignored. My GF thinks I'm just unlucky and make friends with the wrong people, but I've tried to expand to different types of people. I feel so lonely, and it's killing me. I just want to give up. I'm so tired of putting all of my energy into people and receiving none back. I just wanna know what I'm doing wrong. Now for the last story. My whole department thinks I'm stupid, and I really just don't care. It's all basically in the title. I'm a graduate student and I'm certain a lot of people in my department think I'm dumb. Well, maybe dumb is the wrong word. Overconfident and underinformed is probably better. Also incompetent. I know that I'm none of those things. Well, a little incompetent, but I'm learning, and that's the name of the game. I often like to say stupid things to just stir the pot and get people talking. But I can tell in their eyes, when I open my mouth, that they all think I'm an idiot. but I really can't bring myself to care what these people think. And that feels really self-destructive, because these people will be my peers in my career moving forward. The faculty especially I might need to help me get a job. Like I know I should care what these people think at least professionally, but I just don't. I can't bring myself to value their opinions of me. I like playing the fool. It gets people talking and lets us have more interesting discussions both in and out of class. It's not like I don't like these people either. I do. I just don't care if they like me. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have an amazing day.